Well, shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. Same chord progression. I apologize for my singing. How long have you been out here?
Late as usual. I was out here on time. You were late.
I love coming out early in the morning. We always used to do that.
I got us all set up. I got a couple of buckets of balls.
Do you remember when we grew up here, the back of the range here at Waverly Country Club? This was our little piece of heaven because we could just practice all day long.
It's the office. You remember the barges and the dredges that used to go up and down the river? And
Oh yeah. If I remember correctly, it wasn't me that hit at the dredge, it was you. I could never hit the dredge, but you were the rule breaker.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I think anybody that knows me knows I'm a complete angel.
Older brother got in trouble for the younger brother's activities.
The great thing about growing up in the game of golf was always family to me. Mom, Dad, David, Peter, Paul, and Susan, and we would come out and play, and that's what really bonded us.
One of the thrills for me was vicariously experiencing what you were able to do out on the tour. To watch you become the great player that you are through just being around some of the greatest in the world, and it's a remarkable experience to watch your evolution as a player.
You're 68, I'm 67. We're about to cross the next barrier, the old Trevino line. The older I get, the shorter I hit it. In fact, I hit it so short now I can hear it land in the fairway.
You silly savage.
Hey, it's great to know that prison food has really improved. See y'all. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Mike, this was my haunt. This is where I hung out. High school, college. It's the home of the Jumbo Burger, which you will soon see. We'll go back to 2004, US Senior Open. I'm coming off of hip surgery, and I don't think I'm gonna play, and you're kind enough to come out and caddy for me.
Well, you're kind. I begged to caddy for you. You finally let me come out and caddy for you, and what a fun week that was. That week of practice leading up to it, the 2 days, you were hitting it great, and we're going to the course that Thursday morning for your tee time, and I'm so excited. I'm like, he's got a great chance to win this. As we turn into the entrance to Belle Reeve, your wife Jan's in the front seat as well. You said, well, let's see how it goes today. And Jan stopped you mid-sentence and said, Peter, you are teeing it up today. I don't care if you play 3 holes, 6 holes, 18 holes, but you've got to see if you can play. But I'm in the back seat going, yes, Jan, yes, Jan. So
118 yards left of the hole. And can the court jester win a major?
as you're heading to the first hole for the second round on Sunday, you said, okay, Mike, let's see how many holes we can play. And I looked at you and said, see how many holes we can play. Let's go win this. And at the end of the day, this is what you ended up getting. It's the first time I've seen it since.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I remember you getting the flag off the pin off 18 green. That was more important for you to hang that on your wall.
I just took the whole thing up into the scoring tent.
I remember that.
I wasn't leaving without it, but after you putted out, we went to embrace, and I've got the flag stick somewhere around me. You said, this one's for your dad. And that meant a ton to me. My dad had passed away unexpectedly between my junior and senior year at college, and that's back in the area where I grew up, so he would have been there watching. My mom was going through breast cancer at the time, so she wasn't able to come out and watch. And I don't know what made you say that, but that I will never forget. You just won one of the biggest tournaments of your career, and that was the first thing you said. So
I can't tell you how proud I am that that happened. And coming off of that hip surgery, I don't think I would have won that without you there on my bag and without Jan there pushing me to do it.
Totally.
But it was
such a fun week.
We need to have more business meetings right here.
This is delicious.
I think growing up in Oregon taught me how to play in inclement weather. So many times in tournaments when the weather would turn bad, I always felt like I had an advantage simply because I knew that so many of these other players didn't want to play in this kind of weather. Coming back here just grounds me in my roots. Hey, hon. Wow, look at the tide.
I know, there's no beach out there.
The tide is up so high. I don't think I've
Crashing
ever
on the
seen
rocks.
it this high. We got to go see that.
My brother was the assistant pro at Waverly where Peter played, and I needed a lesson in the bunker before I went down to Medford for the Southern Oregon Amateur. So I show up, Mike's supposed to help me, and he's like, you know, I've got something to do. I can't help you, but Peter Jacobsen's here. Peter, come over here. Can you give Jan a bunker lesson? And I am so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. But he did. Marriage made on the golf course, and we've never left it.
The first tournament on the tour that I won was at Warwick Hills Country Club in Flint, Michigan. And Jan had been home with Amy, our oldest child, for about 3 weeks. And she said, I'm coming out. I'm not staying home. We have to be together. And I was going crazy thinking there's no way I'm going to sleep. I got to get my rest. I got to win this tournament.
And she had to sleep in a drawer. They didn't have any cribs. He was not happy. He was like, I don't know what we were thinking. How's this going to work? A baby in the room. And
I was complaining all week. It's going to ruin my game. I won the tournament. And Jan said, don't you ever complain ever again about our kids coming on the road. So then we had 3 children and we traveled the tour until Amy started going to school. But our kids, like all these tour kids, they got a incredible education on the road. Johnny Miller, he always speaks his mind. Then I don't know the rest. I can't remember the rest of it. I took a few classical guitar lessons, and I hated it. So I got a guitar book, and I taught myself. So I write these crazy songs and play around. Well, we've been doing this all day long. I thought you told me that your game was strong. I don't really know what's going on. All I can tell you is my patience is gone. So pick it up. Pick it up. Playing so slow, don't know what we can do. Probably gonna have to let a group play through. So, stupid songs about golf, slow play.